Are you reserving yours at $59.99? A DJI Osmo Action 5 FOV boost lens. Are you wondering if it's going to fit a DJI Osmo Action 4 as well? But did you know you already got a wider field of view in the DJI products? So why are we getting an FOV boost lens to compete with GoPro? And now the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 is all by itself and not competing with DJI or GoPro. Hey, I'm Fish. Now, I don't think the DJI really needs to have a wider field of view in wide where it starts off at, because when you hit the FOV boost lens, it doesn't go into ultra wide. It just says wide, but you have the option to turn your FOV field of view into ultra wide to give you that extended boost of view. Oh, don't get me wrong. I want to see what the boost lens is about. 182-degree lens. It's got a deeper lens that screws on, but it's got this little notch that makes me think, is it waterproof? Is that the way you're gonna put a tool on to tighten it up? Or is that just a factory look? GoPro, when you use just the wide, and you take the DJI and use the wide, DJI is like this, wider than GoPro. But then GoPro came out and they got super wide, and then an additional one in the camera without putting a max lens mod on. That's what I recall. I no longer follow GoPro as much as I used to. You know what I mean. And I just can't see spending with GoPro $100 for a max lens mod after everything's done. But DJI, $60 or a little more when everything's done. That's more of a budget. But I don't want to see DJI becoming GoPro. What would you use the FOV boost lens for, Fish? I don't know. But I don't want to keep putting on and taking off, because you can't just leave it on and shoot regular video. You're stuck with a boosted lens. That light and an FOV boost lens, is that light gonna shine into you and bother you? I'm sure it's going to flare up and cause that little Star Trek CCD beam. Well, it's a CMOS lens, and yeah, and what happens with 8 layers of lenses? But you know, some people think they know it all. I don't claim to be a know-it-all. And they made a joke about the sun being so much better in the North America region. Yeah, man, yeah, we got the best sun here, but the best color and everything is down at the South Caribbean. And all I can do is laugh. That's a fake laugh. Well, it's time for me to do my talk. My main talk to the main audience. Are you a DJI fanboy? Not me. I just share my talk to you of what I feel about DJI, because that's the most recent camera I got and I grab and I shoot and I share. So if I'm over here and I'm shooting video in horizon balance, that locks me into standard or D-warp that I don't know that's on the camera, right? Now, why would I need to have an FOV boost lens? You know, do I want to be closer to the camera like this and then be able to see a wider background? Are you doing instructional videos? Sup, man? Stand-up paddleboard, or kayaking, or biking, or snowboarding, or skiing, or just walking or running, or whatever exercise it is. But what's going to happen is you're going to use so much of the sensor, the maximum amount of the sensor, and the camera has got to crop some in there for your electronic image stabilization that is going to get used a lot. And all the edges in a wider field of view may not be as stable. So I don't feel an FOV boost lens is what I want to get right now. I want to wait for the people to use the grayware that's official when it's released. And they're going to come up and say, something's a little wacky here with the FOV boost software. We need to correct it. You're going to see that pretty soon. So I see that Rode came out with the Micro, a USB-C type of microphone that's the size of now a DJI Mic 2 in their style and no longer square. Will we see in the near future a Rode Wireless Pro 2 that resembles this type of shape from Rode? And if we do, that's what I'm interested in. But only if it's Bluetooth to the camera so we could hook up. Today, Rode did a mighty fine job. I have the Rode Wireless Go and a Rode Wireless Pro. And if you grab the app to use the application, you can only set up a couple of things, but you have to have the wire plugged into your phone, Lightning to C. And then you're able to run and control things. Otherwise, just use the receiver to control. So it's only a step in advance. This park is getting very popular lately. And I'm making it a scene. And I'm underneath the light. And I think I am gonna do another walk around and then continue my vlog. So let me go ahead and grab you off of the spotlight. And yeah, man, morning hours, oh, they're a lot colder now. And I do my exercise walking. And then in the afternoon, maybe I'll do a little biking when it warms up. But on weather like this and the leaves are on the floor, it's not really safe to ride, so I do my walking. So let's get on out of here and get the vlog going. I'm gonna mark down my settings and what I shot in today. And it's video mode, and it's 4K, 16:9. Field of view is locked in by horizon balance of standard D-warp. And the exposure, they call it, is shutter 1/200 through 8000, and the EV value is -0.3, with the ISO always a minimum to maximum 100 through 25,000. You have the image adjustment, which is your texture -2, and your video noise reduction -1. Auto white balance, I leave automatic. And my color profile is now 10-bit color normal. If I did not mention the DJI Mic 2, the audio of the camera is -7 dB for my talking. To try to keep it to the -12, I may have to drop it to -8. But the more I drop it, I don't get to the -12 side. and I have artificial noise reduction on of the DJI mic that forces it on of the camera. Started out low light, sun was not up, sunrise before the golden hour on a nice blue day with whiteness in the sky and just some clouds maybe up there somewhere. Street lamps up ahead all around to give you a nice look to the shot. Some lights are at 6,000 plus Kelvin and some lights are about 4,000 Kelvin. Weather. Oh look, can't get my phone to say weather. Weather.
It's currently clear and 35 degrees.
Oh man, that is cold, frosty, and if you put water out, yep, it'd be slippery. So now you got the idea of everything and how I shoot and how the camera operates. And the camera is doing mighty fine, working mighty fine. And I'll tell you the battery life of the camera. I know I could touch it, switch to the front screen and see 83%, and I leave the camera on from start to finish of my daily vlog. And the daily vlog was shot in, and I did not mention it's a scene stabilization scene of daily. Now let me back up some with my settings. I should be at 4K 60, and let me double check. And yes, 4K 60 frames per second is what I shot at. So now you have everything that I shot with the camera. I'm not perfect with everything, but I do mark down with what I shot. So there's a nice clear sunrise of the sky as I'm walking back. I haven't used for a while the OSmo Pocket 3. It's basically on the side, and when I need to use it, I grab it and go. It's just not a camera I love using because I get more out of the Action 5 Pro and don't have to use the waypoints to do time lapse, but that's the thing that the Action 5 Pro doesn't do. Time lapse with waypoints. So we all know, we all hear what's coming down the road is an OSmo 360, and they're going to have to offer you software. If they don't offer you software and it doesn't do key points and zoom in and zoom out, tiny planet, everything like the Insta360 does, then I don't see any reason of getting one until they can get the software out. I don't want to have it to be basic that you got to go find the software to use it. But if it's lighter, smaller, and 8K, but they're going to start off probably 720p and work their way up, HD 1080p, and say, oh, it's a 4K 360 camera. And the good thing about 360 camera, it won't have a focus hunt. And yeah, with the Pocket 3, that's the reason why I don't love the camera, because it does this. It focus hunts a lot. And I see many videos and they don't have a focus hunt, so I'm not sure. My camera's not broken, no. I just use continuous focus, and it does exactly that. It continuously focuses. Well, I said a lot, shared a lot, did a lot, showed a lot, talked a lot. I had a good time. I hope you enjoy your shot, because now I got to go walk through this field of leaves. Oh man, maybe I should change it over, which I can't, to 4K 120 for slow motion. I got to stop, set up the shot, and I won't have sound when I do the slow motion editing. Woohoo! Woohoo! Kick the leaves off! Kick them off! Kick them off! Woohoo!